This video app review is brought to you by the iPhone appreview.com.
What's up, everybody? This is Luke Patrick with the iPhone appreview.com. We're slinging out yet another video review today, this time looking at I'd call it an arcade game for the iPhone. The title in question is called Alpha Combat Defend Your Country, which is a very macho-sounding title for a rather more subtle, geeky kind of gameplay. As mentioned, we'd probably lump this into the arcade top-down shooter category, of which we've looked at a couple apps in recent memory, but we're going to go ahead and look at yet another. This is, again, kind of a dogfight simulator, which we've reviewed another app similar to this earlier in the week, or possibly last week. It's been a while, I don't quite remember. But it's very much the same kind of gameplay, that is. It'll remind you a lot of the old arcade games you used to find in your pizza joint, around town. You'd go and feed in the quarter, and then you blast through as many levels as you can before you're knocked out of the sky. Likewise, there are all kinds of different upgrades and improvements that drop as you play, and wave after wave of enemies too. So it's basically your kind of basic. God, I'm saying basic a lot. It is. It's your basic arcade shooter. Enough of me talking. Let's go ahead and get into this thing. As you can see, there were quite a few missions back there. I don't know how to go back to show you that, so we're going to have to go ahead and jump straight in. There's a nice upgrade system as you go along and get more XP, and along more levels you can go back and add points to your various elements, such as speed, armor, bullet strength, and bonus strength. These are all nice points and adds kind of a nice RPG element to it. So we're going to go back and hit continue so you can actually see the game. The controls of this game are a bit wonky. And we say that in the nicest way possible. Use your finger to control the plane, which is great, although we did kind of get annoyed at the fact that our finger is in the way of most of the action. However, as you can see, there are a butt ton of enemies roaming around here, which is nice. We do like to see variety in these kinds of games, and there are a heap of sprites available, which is nice. And as we keep going, you'll see that there are even more, waves that come through. You're also dropped down. It says going down occasionally, then you're dropped down to tank level and such, which is a nice touch, not to mention the larger boss fights. This isn't one of those, but it's a good example of. So as you can see, this is pretty much how it works. There's also an accelerometer control scheme, which we liked more than this because of the finger that we mentioned, the finger problem. It's always a problem, isn't it? We would have liked to seen a joystick too. That would have been great, just added somewhere along the bottom so we can do this in a more traditional manner. Obviously I just died and I've got yet another plane, so I can continue to play. You earn extra lives as you go along. There's the drop down thing. Likewise, you gain all kinds of different upgrades as you blast through baddies. Once you've completed a mission, you can go back and allocate your XP points that you've earned, and likewise purchase any other upgrades that you might like. So in this sense, it does keep the ball rolling and adds a very large carrot on a stick to the gameplay. As with this is any kind of game in this genre, it can get kind of old and or repetitive, especially after several levels, so it's nice that that's there. However, we aren't so big of fans of the in-app purchase system, which requires you to spend at least another $1 to unlock the other various airplanes, which sucks because we've already spent $1 to buy the game. So we aren't too big of fans of that, but at the end of the day, it's not a deal breaker. You still get this one, you still get all the excellent fun that's involved here. All of the levels are unlocked right out of the bat, so you don't have to worry about that. With all of that in mind, we do like Alpha Combat. We think it's a pretty fun game. I'm having trouble concentrating, so I'm going to go back to the menu really quick to give you our final wrap-up. Alpha Combat Defend Your Country is a nice arcade top shooter. So with that in mind, we're going to give it a 4 out of 5 star rating. It's got excellent graphics and both OpenFaint and Game Center integration, adding a heap of achievements to the pile if that's your thing, which if you're like me, it totally is. Likewise, there's leaderboards if you want those, so feel free to check that out. And best of all, this app is only $1 in the App Store, which is pretty good for you bargain hunters. So with that in mind, Alpha Combat gets a 4 out of 5 star rating from us here at the iPhone appreview.com. I've been Luke Patrick reviewing, and I want to go ahead and encourage you guys to check out the rest of our YouTube videos. They're all appropriately placed on our YouTube channel, believe it or not. Or you can go to the iPhone appreview.com for heaps of written ones as well. We're posting content to both places with some frequency, so check back regularly for new app reviews. That's pretty much all we've got for you today, so we're going to go ahead and sign out, but we'll check you guys later. Bye.